How's it going? For today's video, we're going to be fixing this 2016 Chevy Silverado. It has a engine code for P0128, which is marking for a faulty thermostat. I just recently worked on this truck and I put in a brand new coolant temperature sensor. It was throwing the code, I believe it was P0118. That code is no longer there. The only code we have now is a faulty thermostat. Some of the symptoms are the fan is staying on constantly, and the temperature sensor does not go to medium operating temperatures. So that's what we're going to fix today. We're going to put the brand new thermostat in, get rid of those trouble codes, and yeah, so let me get you guys on a tripod and we get started. It's going to kind of be a pain in the butt to see. My tripod's fully extended. It's a pretty tall truck, guys. But don't worry, I'm going to explain in detail. First things first, we have to remove this air box. And to remove this air box, okay, first things first, here we're going to remove this air box. And here we have a Phillips flathead on this side, and then obviously another one right here. Once we remove that, this should just pop right up, no problem. Okay, now that I got the air box out, once again it was just flatheads, Phillips flathead on this side, one on this side as well. I went ahead and disconnected this coolant line, the one that goes to the reservoir. I just disconnected it so I can move it out of the way in order to take out the air box. But we are gonna have to disconnect it regardless because it is connected to the housing. As you can see, that's the sensor I replaced already, the coolant temperature sensor. So the only tools I think you're gonna need is basically some pliers to remove right here, and 10 millimeter. These are 10s, so 3 10s. And I don't think this application takes any silicone as well because it has a O-ring on it. So let's go ahead and loosen these up. All right, I got some of the coolant out, so you can see right there. Now we're gonna go ahead and take off the 3 10 millimeters. And well, first I'll probably take off this clamp, see if there's any additional coolant in there. But I think I took out a majority of it. All I basically did, since I know the thermostat is stuck open, I put a suction tool on here to suck out all the coolant. Like I said, I don't like to make a mess, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, after inspecting the old one, this is the old one here, and visually it doesn't look like anything's wrong with it. Honestly, it doesn't look open or anything like that. But here is the closed one, the new one, and same thing. Doesn't look like, you know, it looks exactly the same. But once I go to apply air inside, nothing comes out, right? Then I do it to this one, and so you can hear that it's coming out from somewhere. I'm not quite sure where, but I think that's going to be our issue, that it's not fully closing. Oh, you gotta love the taste of coolant. So yeah, so now let's go ahead and reinstall the new one. It's pretty self-explanatory, and like I said, these systems don't require, as you can see here, the old gasket's kind of stuck on here. These do not require any silicone. Honestly, just clean it up pretty good, and it wasn't even that tight as well. So I'm not sure what the factory spec of the torque is, but I'll find that out and I'll let you guys know. So just gonna clean this area right here. Wish I could set you guys on a time lapse, but my tripod doesn't reach. So we're gonna clean this up, apply the new one, tighten it down, and I'll let you know when I'm tightening it down how much foot-pounds it takes. Okay, now we got the new one installed. I torqued it down to 10 foot-pounds. We're gonna reconnect everything. First, upper radiator hose, then we're gonna connect the line to the coolant reservoir, put the box back in, tying that down, and then we start filling her up, make sure we don't have any leaks. I might just, in case, I might actually connect the upper radiator hose and then the line to the reservoir, fill her up, and just to make sure that we don't have any leaks around the actual housing. So let's get to that. Alrighty, now we're all done. Air box is back on, reservoir is filled up, no leaks for right now. So okay, last thing on the list to do is go ahead and bleed the cooling system. I'm not going to show that because it's a very simple process. All I'm going to do is let the car idle for 15-20 minutes with the cap off, and we should be all set. Top it off, make sure it's 100%. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and delete that check engine light now. The permanent one is gonna stay on there regardless until the computer itself actually reads that we already fixed the problem. But as long as we could get rid of the pending codes, that would be amazing. Another thing is your AC system won't work if you have a check engine light regarding the cooling system. It's just something that they make factory. It's kind of like a limp mode, just to take you know, precautions and stuff like that. So yeah, once again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.